My Gavanen Melonin, and well met indeed. I'm Arachir Galadirthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to Divide and Conquer as we continue on as Dol Amroth for the third episode this week. It will now, of course, there be a 2-week break before you see Dol Amroth again, and they'll kick off again, well, a week and a half. It'll be a week on Wednesday. But for now, here we are as Dol Amroth on the third episode. But before we dive into this one properly, thank you all for your suggestions of other people playing version 4.5. I'm sure there are others, and I would recommend you message me on Discord so that I can give you a shout out. But the others that you can watch who I know are doing version 4.5 at the moment are AhTravesty, AhTravesty. Interesting name, but there we are. Linked in the description below. You can see him playing through version 4.5. I understand he has a High Elves and possibly an Ered Luin campaign. I think everyone's doing High Elves and Ered Luin because they're the big two changed ones for version 4.5. MrSmartDonkey is also doing a version 4 or 4.5 playthrough. His channel obviously is quite a lot larger than even mine, so many of you may well know of him already, but if not, do check him out. He's quite famous for Shogun 2 videos, but he dabbles. And lastly, a gentleman called Mezmerizer has done a number of streams of version 4.5, and he has saved the outcomes of those streams onto YouTube for your viewing pleasure. All three of them are linked in the description below. But turning to our own needs and desires and wishes and wants, now one turn has passed since our last episode because I had a problem with my recording. That it broke, basically, and I lost 10 minutes of footage. Or not 10 minutes, it was about 5.5 or something like that. And in that time, I'd ended the turn. So we're one turn further, but nothing has changed. Our army stands aside Tirithoros, where we shall take it and hopefully hold there. You will note that Canned have taken Horondor, which helps us out massively if we can try and keep them on side. The Ardenaim have got Barad Han, so we must go for that. In the west, we don't have anything going on at all. Our money situation is a little on the lower side, but Lynn here has now built a port, which will substantially increase our trade. You can already see trade blossoming from there as it's going out and about and hitting up the world. We're earning about 1,400, just shy of, which is a goodly amount. We want to try and get that one up next because that's a nice boost. Obviously, it's going to cost 6,000, so that's potentially 4 turns away, which is a long time. Nothing else that is going to be built is going to actually earn any money, so we may have to deflect and build something else. But do note we'll get another town in a moment. We might even lose a few troops in the attacking and claiming of that town, and we shall go from there. But I will end the turn again now. Now, one of the things that I spoke of in the 5 minutes that you lost was that a number of people have messaged me to say that they think version 4.5. They think Dol Amroth is as easy as I said in the faction overview, and going further than that, not only is it at least a 3, it's actually a 1 in difficulty. But every person who has claimed Dol Amroth is a really, really easy campaign has then gone on to say that they grouped up all of their starting units and armies and they just rushed through the Ardenaim right down and took them out of the game straight away. And yes, essentially, yes. If you group your auto-replenishing elite generals into one single army and rush your enemy with them, you will have no difficulty with any faction. Even having 3 generals is pushing it a little bit, to be honest. And it's a shame that we lost Istian because, of course, he was an cavalry general, which will help us immensely. But yes, there is no question that if you group merge your armies, if you merge all of your armies, it does become easy. Many campaigns are easy. That is not in dispute. But when I say that a campaign is difficult, it's that you're playing it in a sort of non-cheesy way. Whereas I would say that is a very cheesy way to play. And it is the biggest flaw with Medieval 2 that in fact they did away with immediately after this. This is the last game where there are powerful general units that you can merge together and have an army of generals. Although I think actually doesn't Empire let you do that. But then of course after that it dwindles away. And they either nerf the generals altogether, or of course by the time of Rome 2, you only have one general. They're no longer a group thing. The Ardenaim seem to be coming for us, but I think we would take that army quite nicely. But of course we want to take Tirithoros first. To be honest, I'm pleased how much money we're making given that we're fielding an army of that size. It at least shows that I've put enough into economy to support at least that small army. But we don't really want to, as I say, if we're only now actually a couple of turns away from getting the mines in Dol Amroth, we will go for that, and then we'll look at improving Linhir still further. Something that we definitely do want, of course, are armories where we can get them, because we will be attacked. But first of all, we must give a focus to finances. But we can end the turn again there, though, because we are at an end turn. But we want to ensure that Can do stay happy. So
yes. Tomorrow's journey planned out.
Whatever we can do to really appease them. To be honest, I'd go as far as getting an alliance with Cant, but then it's a real gamble because, of course, they might side with Mordor, and then we're scuppered. But if they don't side with Mordor, then obviously it helps us out immensely. It takes, not only does it take Cand out of the fight, it then gives Mordor something to think about, which makes them even easier as well. So that's Dol Amroth is a campaign that's certainly open to. The difficulty is changeable. Captain Adunabel. They outnumber us almost 2-1, but the balance of favour is 1-1 because your army is filled with trash. Although look how many archers they've got. Blimey. Imrahil is going to have a field day. If Imrahil doesn't come out of this with the highest kills, then this campaign is going to be a loss. I think it's that simple to put, to be honest. Because he is going to be so powerful here. They don't have a general. Their captain is one of their worst units, which is just bizarre. They have thrown in 2 Abrazanim units, which are very, very elite units, and they must have come from their starting army. But to throw them away with armies like this is just baffling to me. But there's so many ranged units in there, we're going to have a little difficulty getting towards our enemy. Because, of course, they're attacking us. So if we stand on top of a hill and wait for them, they will just shoot us until we are all dead. So we cannot do that. You're going to have to think outside the box a little. First of all, let's try and find a nice hill. Oh, yeah, of course, give them the hill. Yeah, bloody brilliant. Stupid bloody game. Right, we shall make our stand here on this hill in the back left. And they can come across this large field, and Imrahil will take them down as they march. You three are going to group together. You're going to go nice and wide, and you're going to rain hell upon them. Oh, shift 1. Now, do remember that since the previous version, Amrothian archers are actually only as good as Gondor militia archers were. Although, no, in fact, they are almost identical in stats, and we, of course, just don't get Gondor militia archers anymore, because Dol Amroth had too many archers. So they are slightly worse than they were before, but the Nimrodel Mariners are fantastic archers, particularly this early in the game, missile of 5. Remember, they're no longer rangers, but they will hold up well if the enemy does arrive at us. We've got 2 trump cards. That word's rather takes on a different meaning now, really, doesn't it? I'm sure many people probably don't even know that trump used to mean well, I mean, everyone's heard of top trumps, haven't you? Trump the other person, to best them. Doesn't really mean that anymore. I'm rather hoping that it'll take on a different meaning in time. We shall see. We're going to have Horondor mercenaries out on the left-hand side who are armor-piercing, and they will help us immensely. And on the right-hand side, we'll have Haven Guard, who are just really high damage dealers. The Abrazanim unit that the enemy has are nothing on our Haven Guard. We shall take them down. They are from Dol Amroth, which is always nice to see. And lastly, of course, we do have Talon Knights, who we will send down the middle, because they're just a straightforward unit to attack our enemy. And then Imrahil, who is going to help pick off anything weak and pathetic. And we'll do what we can. So a very standard formation here that you'll likely see in almost every game of anyone playing Total War. Although I do see, I always put the archers behind because I know in practice and in reality you should have the archers out front, get them to fire as many times as possible, and then at the last possible second run them behind your line to safety. The only problem I see with that, though, unfortunately, is that in this game the AI is not very good at running away, and if you don't run away at the right time, then your units will get stuck there, and once one of them is engaged, they'll almost all be engaged, and it just creates a problem. And rather than have to deal with that level of micromanagement, I just stand them behind to begin with. And we don't have to worry about it. We're going to try and thin the ranks of our enemy's archers with Imrahil, first of all, although look, they're going into wide formation very early. I don't even know what they're doing. What is happening with this army, with this battalion? Oh, there's some... They've cajoled the local Haradrim forces into fighting, which must mean they've taken a town that trains where they get the barracks, their suppression camp. Oh, they're really interested in Imrahil, aren't they? Look how many of them are coming over to deal with Imrahil. Imrahil fighting alongside his father today. True family lineage. Now, ideally, I want to try and take down the crossbows, because they actually pack a punch. The Abrazanim, or the Azrazair archers, are numerous, but poor, so they won't actually do very much damage to us. Also, if we could take down these Abrazanim Nardubawib, I think are the ones with bows. But my word, it's like they don't even know my other army exists. Are you alright, guys? Why are you focusing your entire army on Imrahil? Well, let's speed this up. They really are moving the entire force to deal with Imrahil. Nice charge on those crossbow units. Out we go. Come back and hit those archers. Get the crossbows in there too. Oh, nice double hit. Perfect. Pull away. There's some raiders chasing you down, but raiders aren't going to do anything against you. Cannon fodder. There you go. Cut in and hit those ones in the side. Nice. Out we go again. Come on. Pull away. Pull away. Who's coming up here? Oh, we don't want to be charging into halberdiers. They finally realised their mistake, and they are moving the rest of their army out. Nice. Pull away before the halberdiers get there. Yes. Imrahil, you absolute demon. Our armies haven't even met, and he's killed 15% on his own. There's some more archers over there that are just longing to be charged into. Oh, perfect. He's lost 4 men, and he's killed almost 20% of our enemy force. Come back into these archers, avoiding the pikemen. Oh, what have you done there? Why have you stopped? Oh, there's a lot of crossbows over there. Oh, is that what's stopping you? The crossbows are hitting you. Pull out of range. Pull out of range. Let's get them to attack us. We lost a lot of men in those last 2 crossbow charges, unnecessarily there. Right, our own archers are now free to pepper the enemy, but they're wasting them on those Nardubawib, which is a shame. Right, charge back in and get those crossbows. Let's get the line forward. Let's try and force the enemy's hand. Everything runs. Come on, get into them before they shoot. Yes! Yes, you absolute beauties. Perfect. And then they won't shoot because you're standing on top of them. Oh, Imrahil, you demon. Right, let's pause this and think about it. Hirondo mercenaries, Azrazair archers aren't really a challenge. The raiders, take those raiders on. Amrothian guardsmen, you get those raiders. The Narduzagar coming down the middle. No, Hirondo mercenaries, you go for them. Guardians, you head out there. You stop those Narduzagar. And then you 3, let's just run you forward. Everyone again, please do run. You're going to keep them in position whilst the Hirondo mercs hold them in place. You're just going to pull out the front then. Yes, you guys made it out the side there. Haven guard to flank round. You take the brunt of that pike force. Imrahil is being ignored on top of the hill so he can charge back down.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Damn bloody right, we're going to smash this enemy. We're going to smash them all the way back to their traitorous upstart haven. Look at that unit bunching up down there. Give it an iron fist. 33%, we've only lost 10, that's good odds. Here he comes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Lance is down. Yes, yes, yes. Square into the back. Keep punching them in. Yes, we've got a routing unit. We've got a routing unit. Capture
Only
them.
half the enemy force remains.
Capture them.
Good tidings. The enemy general.
Enemy
lies
general's
dead.
gone. Those halberdiers are giving us a trouble though. There's a bunch of archers over here that could do with getting routed. There's now Duzagar. You're on those. They're routing now as well. Right, if you could come down and hit those archers. You come across and hit those halberdiers. If anything starts running, you need it. Oh, look, so much is running away. Oh, we need more cavalry in this army. No, that'll do. You've got the bulk of them. Something's still fighting on, but that's alright. Oh, it's archers over there. Right, melee forces, stop. Come back. 80% of our enemies still fights. Is still, or 80% have been caught or killed.
Behold how
And now they're all running. Go, Imrahil, go.
It's time to press the attack.
Capture these. Oh. I'm so thrilled at how well this battle has gone. And Imrahil is going to absolutely wipe the floor with it, which I'm pleased at, because the ultimatum I just set myself at the start of this battle, in that whether if Imrahil comes out with this with less kills than someone else, we've lost the whole campaign. I'm pleased that we are, in fact, going to have quite good stats. Isn't there an Abrazanim unit knocking around here somewhere? No, I think that'll do us. 88%, yeah, that'll be alright. 218! 218!
All who remember this day, remember it as the day of our most glorious victory.
Captain Adunabel came in with 2,283 brave, yet misguided men from the far south beyond the boards of Umbar. And 1,328 of his men now lie bleeding and dying and fertilizing the very earth from whence they came, with 682 being led back to Dol Amroth in chains to be re-educated on their misery. And just to go a long way to show you why we cannot give large cavalry bodyguards, Imrahil killed 606 of the 1,300 we killed. You heard that correctly. Almost 50% of the enemies that we killed today were by a unit that had 30 men in it. That is how hellishly overpowered cavalry is. Rather in keeping, it has to be said, with Tolkien's vision of cavalry. We've already discussed this on the channel before, but when Tolkien describes cavalry, he really does pump them up to be better than cavalry perhaps would have been. It's a lot of realists' main flaw with Tolkien, particularly the films, of course, but the films are just using Tolkien's inspiration. Tolkien really praises cavalry as being just amazing. A small company of cavalry often kills battalions and men and numbers vastly beyond their size.
Have mercy, my lord.
Oh, we could ransom them.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Gondor is
We killed 1,300, we sell 600 of them back, and we get 2,000 for it. I think we've just found a way to make some money, haven't we? What we need to do again, though, and exactly something that I said in my faction review, is we must get more cavalry out into that army. Cavalry is going to be everything for us in this campaign. But also, we need to make sure that we don't make silly decisions. So,
Orders, as you wish.
That's the real trick, isn't it? That's going to be the real test.
Journey planned out.
But what we definitely can do is merge
tomorrow.
those units together, leave behind... I'm loath to leave anything behind. Can you train anything at all? 9 turns. And how much are you... Oh, you're massively Dunedain. It's like reclamation more than conquest, isn't it? If I leave 9 behind... Oh, no, you don't like me at all. 51%. I could build something, though, which I would really like to do anyway, actually, because you're going to be a key recruitment point. I'm not going to go for a mason until this time because troops are more important. It's going to have to be the barracks, isn't it? So give me a barracks. So for now, then, you can keep those two just so that you stay happy.
Awaiting your command. March, men.
And we'll move towards Barad-Harm, but we'll build towers as we go.
Let us set up camp. Maintain order.
Perfect. Lynn here, you're all about the money. Methras, what are you building? Ah, you're going for mines as well. And we'd only have that in a couple of turns. We're making much better money. But no, I think we should consider... I am going to go for roads there. It keeps flashing up at us, doesn't it? We're going to make 2,000. Is there something more important than saving up for 3 turns to get mines? Settlement details. Trade 1,204. Trade is unaffected. Farms 204. We get an extra 70. But the growth, we do get the growth. The growth is good. How much more money do you give me if we raise your income? Oh, an extra 150. That's not bad, is it? So I'll tell you what, we'll raise the taxes, but we'll give them the extra growth with the farms, which we'll build on the next turn. So that's Lynn here, done and dusted. And then we need to move and work on Etheland. We'll need to work out what to do there. Prince Adrian and Mistven. Oh, someone just got nets of something. We need to look at the ancillaries and traits more because Roher has put so much effort and work into expanding the ancillaries and expanding the traits and really making the game have a lot more character, but specifically more Lord of the Rings based traits and ancillaries. And so we need to pay more attention to them now because no longer, like take Imrahil for example, straight away. Even the icons are now at least inspired by images taken from the mod, which is so much better. But there we are. Mistven has got nets of Aether. The men of Aether make the best nets in Middle-earth. The Aether just means mouth and is, as I've said so many times, the name of the mouths of the Anduin, the Aether Anduin. But that was a fantastic victory, wasn't it? Sent them reeling. And Imrahil is already back up to full strength and ploughing on. He's a terrible governor, but he's a fantastic individual commander. There are now so many academies named after this man, he has hired doppelgangers to attend the opening ceremonies. It's sad that I'm laughing at that because I wrote it. The people have stopped burning this man's belongings when he pops to the shops. That was always my favourite one, I have to say. It's a little sad that our faction leader is a terrible, terrible governor, but that's all right.
Let us set up camp here.
How are you as a governor, Amanda? Oh, yes, you're good. That's good. Because you're going to remain as a governor for some time. Although we could do with moving you to Tirathoros, actually. How much do coastal wardens cost? Get a unit of those, and we'll take you out to Tirathoros. But we'll do that once that unit is training. I think we should end the turn.
Yes, sir.
Get them
Full
retrained.
sails.
Perfect. Oh, look, is that... Oh, no, it's Royal Swan Guard. But we will, after Lynn here has started building its... Whatever we're building there. What are we building there? I was building something, wasn't I? I've just clicked on it. I've forgotten already. Farms. We're building farms. Once we've built the farms in Lynn here, we will get some more cavalry into Imrahil's army. Cavalry is what defines Dol Amroth, and it is what is going to help us win. So we must make the use of it. It really annoys me that a besieged port does not... You can still get ships out of a besieged port. Like, who thought that was a good idea?
A fine day to
Mariners of the fleet!
But you can jog on as Rubel.
engaging the enemy.
Yeah, bugger
fleet.
off, mate.
Ships ready.
Mariners!
Pelena is retraining, but Lynn here did not build because we stupidly recruited those units. That's right, it will build on the next turn.
Protect
Where are
the
you off
I
to?
will only address you in battle.
Do we go and kill him, or do we press for Baradhan on the assumption that he'll come down to support it? He's a much reduced, weakened army, isn't it? No, we'll go and kill him.
Waiting your command.
Hello, friend.
Evil.
We'll kill you because we might be able to sell you back again. You've got hardly... Like, your army is nothing compared to what it was a moment ago.
For the White City.
They will trounce you. I should imagine our generals alone will be enough to win this. But this is going to define the Dol Amroth campaign. Very, very important battles. Almost every battle is going to matter a lot.
Units, await my orders.
And here we are on the straits. We're just going to press at them, but we have got our archers again, haven't we? So let's go nice. I don't normally like them going in wide formation, but the enemy has enough archers to make it a bit of a problem.
Knights.
I'm not sure that we will need these three. I'm pleased to see that a lot of those two still survived, because they're going to be very important as well. Guardsmen, not so much. Guardsmen are obviously spearmen. Spearmen aren't very good against ground forces. Knights ready. I have to say as well that I know that the voices of Dol Amroth previously, that were all taken from Battle for Middle-earth, were relatively iconic in terms of their voicing, in terms of what they said and what they are. I have to say that I much prefer these bespoke voices that were recorded for Divide and Conquer especially, and we're very grateful to... I'm afraid I've forgotten the gentleman's name because it was quite a while ago that he recorded them. But they're bespoke, and I just think it's better.
Mariners.
I like it.
Guardians.
The only thing I would... Oh no, it's only quiet, isn't it, for YouTube? Because unfortunately the voices in battle are always so much quieter than the voices on the campaign map, and I can't find any way to change that, to balance them out. Here we go, let's begin our reign of terror once more. Azrazaya warriors look like they might be the captain. Yes, they are. Hello, captain. I think you're about to go down in the first charge, aren't you? Well, your entire battalion went down, so I'm surprised you're still standing. Come on, guys, finish him off before the Narduzagar get you.
If we continue
We don't want to
like
get
this,
trapped.
we will smash the enemy.
Right, I want you to shoot the pikemen. I'm not bothered about their archers. We'll shut those down in a moment. But the pikemen and the halberdiers, they need to go. They don't have any crossbows, do they? Adrian, get involved. You can't make your son carry all the... He can't... He doesn't have to... Your son doesn't have to carry the faction. You should get involved too, is what I'm trying to say. Here we go again. The archers aren't even looking the right way. Can you imagine being on a battlefield, gaily firing arrows at an enemy? You outnumber the enemy, you're feeling relatively confident, and then blip! A lance crashes into the back of your skull, and then a horse wipes you out, and you weren't even looking.
We will smash the enemy.
Nasty way to go. Right, the pikemen are sufficiently depleted. If we can change up and hit those halberdiers now, please. Imrahil, curl around. The Talon Knights will make very short work of those raiders, I expect. Curling around, curling around. Oh, there was a crossbow unit. Go, 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 go. Nice. Imrahil is going to just absolutely define this campaign. And by define, I mean make this campaign a doddle. Where are the halberdiers? They're still... Come on, Mizven. Keep you guys firing. I like that they say for Imrahil when they are Imrahil. If I worked on this mod on my own, then Adrahil and Imrahil would both have custom bodyguards. But unfortunately, we can't devote all of our attention to Dol Amroth because there are other factions in the game, and which the modding team routinely remind me. But one day maybe I'll have total reign and freedom. Alright, let's get the Hirondor Mercs involved. Nice charge through there. Pull out the other side before the pikes get you. The archers would like a taste. Idiots. The enemy appears to now just be oh no, they're running away. The routing has begun. More units fall. This is over. We just need the enemy to actually realise it's over. Wherever Imrahil goes, death befalls his foes.
The enemy general flees like the coward he is.
Which wasn't meant to rhyme, which is why it was a bit naff.
Behold,
yes!
18! We have won here
18! I'm loath to see what the damage this time was. 837 enemies fell today, and Imrahil killed 412 of them, keeping up with his... So really we should ignore him. He's no longer eligible for the Golden Sword. So... And Adrahil actually did get the second most kills. That's quite useful, isn't it? The top non-unit, though, seemed to be an archer. Was that right? I didn't actually read that. The 106 kills. Who was that? Because that was the only non-family member that actually did some damage. But the Ardenaim have thrown their starting army at us, and it has proved wanting. The real challenge will be when Harad comes, because the Ardenaim are a fantastic heavy infantry nation after the barracks event. But before the barracks event, their armies are totally made up of Azrazair units, who are trash. Alright, they're quite an aggressive unit, offensive, they do a lot of damage, but they don't have any defense to speak of at all, so they get shredded. And it's only after the barracks event when the real heavy hitters, the Abrazanim, start coming out and giving us cheer. Harad, on the other hand, have so many aggressive units in the early tier that they can actually cause you some problems and some trouble, so we've got to watch out for that. Also, do recall that as of DAC version 0.5, I can't remember how long ago it was added, every time you win a battle, you get a little bit of gold. It's normally about 200-ish gold coins, but do keep that in mind, because then constant victories will help you out to no end.
Something you wish to speak of?
Now, I can't ally with them at the moment because they are at war with my ally and I'm at war with their ally. Me being at war with their ally doesn't matter, but the fact that they're at war with my ally means I can't ally them. But if Gondor wasn't in the picture, we could. Their priorities are unknown. Our relations are so-so.
Very well.
I don't think they're going to leave us be. We need to reinforce Tirathoros as quickly as we can. You're now training those troops. If I can get you out to Tirathoros, please. I'm not bothered about the money problem. Although, wow, we just lost loads. How much do you cost? 280. That's right. You should be free in Tirathoros. No, I don't think you will be until we can build the meeting hall, which will be the next one. But that's right. We'll get that. You get 2 free upkeeping castles, which is nice, and you can recruit straight away in castles. Oh, and Baragund, you're totally wasted over there, aren't you? Your spearman. Gobel Tofalas means nothing compared to Tirathoros, so I think I'm probably going to send you with Amandir. Put you in that fortress there, maybe. Just across the strait. Yeah, we'll do that. And look, we've got a ship ready.
Ready your weapons.
Go and chuck him in that fort over there for me. I know that we're going to lose money until he's back, you know.
Mariners of the fleet!
He's back in, but that's all right. That's all right.
Awaiting your command.
We don't have to worry just yet. We'll take the hit because the military maneuvers are important. Baragund is a fantastic unit in the early game. Those Seaward Spearmen are a barracks event heavy infantry. They'll be very useful, particularly if Cand comes against us, because Cand love cavalry and spears like to trounce cavalry. Are you actually offering, or are you trying to bribe me? Trying to bribe me. Oh, no. 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 We're never going to hold against whatever that is.
As much as you may wish it, I am not yours.
Unless we get Adrian in, but then we're forcing battle we don't want.
The peace between us shall prevail.
Oh, and look at that. Just as I pull Baragund out, they bloody well land at Tolfalas. Oh dear, you couldn't make this up, could you?
Mariners of the Mariners!
Alright.
Maintain order. Slay them.
Should we test how good our auto-resolve is, actually? Rosadan. And we've got quite a few. Clear victory, yes.
No! We have vanquished the enemy!
Execute them all.
Mariners!
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 And the grapples and prepare to
How on earth did they just get away?
Protect the blood of Numenor.
Well, yeah, you just go back in there for now.
Mariners of the fleet!
But then, no, we don't want him in there. He's totally wasted on Tofalas, as I say. But then, do we want to hold Tofalas? I don't know. Because Tirathoros is about to die if they decide they want to attack us. And I can't help but feel that they're going to attack
the blood
us.
of Numenor.
Gondor is victorious! We have gained a territory.
I just can't see them not attacking us.
Yes, my lord.
It's so annoying we can't force peace with them. Because I would give them Tirathoros if they would then accept peace with me. Well, it's not about accepting peace, is it? We're already at peace. But do we want to lose Amandir? Do we want to risk losing Amandir? I think he's probably... No, we don't want to risk losing Amandir. So chuck him in that fort. And
Our realm is expanded.
if they attack Tirathoros, then we only lose a Gondor militia unit, which is no problem. And we could then perhaps get them with that army, which is at the moment just sitting, earning us some money.
Captain of Gondor.
Let's chuck him in there so we earn even more money. Goodness gracious, how expensive are you, Baragund? 340. Rhyme netties. We're building our mines, though, so in 5 more turns we'll have enough to fund Baragund, sorry, and our farming is coming along nicely. It's Theland that needs things, though. Well, I'm afraid I'm going to leave you all on a bit of a cliffhanger because that is going to be where I am going to end this episode. And I'm thoroughly enjoying this episode and this campaign, so what I might do is plug a few of these videos in on a couple of extra days next week just to give Dol Amroth a bit more momentum to line it up with the other two. It might mean a bit of a video overload next week, but I'm really enjoying playing this, so I want to carry on. But for now, I am going to end it. So I do hope you've enjoyed this lesson in how to school the Ardenaim on what combat really is. But now we just need to work out whether or not we're going to be able to deal with Cand. Cand, hypothetically, we should be able to absolutely annihilate, because I was talking about the fact that the Harad are very, very good early game because their units have very high aggressive stats, and the Ardenaim are a bit rubbish because most of their units are quite weak across the board early game, but they get much better later on. Canned are just rubbish. And the reason is because the AI cannot use cavalry very well at all, and Canned's whole thing is cavalry, and anything they have that isn't cavalry is garbage. And Imrahil will shred till the cows come home. So fighting against them will be interesting, but at the moment they're not interested in coming at us. And he did just say that the peace between us will prevail.
I serve another master.
Well, he said it a moment ago, but so maybe they're not interested. But we'll see when we end the tab. But for now, that's going to be all. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. And until we speak again, dear friends, do be sure to check out the three channels I linked and listed in the description. Otherwise, Navar na den Pedamad Melonin, and farewell.